Well-wandered people, welcome to Chat Bout. I'm Miss T, here to bring you stories from our Caribbean past. Rich, resilient, and always unforgettable. And today, we're talking about the first Black Caribs. So picture this. The year, somewhere around late 1600s, the place, the island of St. Vincent. Now imagine the sight, golden sand, lush forests, and along the coast tall ships from across the ocean. It was during these times that enslaved Africans brought over on European ships were forced to work in brutal conditions. But fate had something in mind for them, and some historians report that on one night a slave ship wrecked off the coast of St. Vincent, and many of these captured Africans managed to escape. They found refuge on the island, but here's the twist. They were alone. You see, St. Vincent was home to the indigenous Carib people, also known as the Kalinago. Now, the Caribs were no strangers to protecting their land. They'd been resisting European invasion for years, and here, these African escapees and the Carib crossed paths. And something you didn't know, this wasn't the only time enslaved Africans found refuge with indigenous people in the Caribbean. In places like Jamaica, runaway slaves known as Maroons also joined forces with native groups to fight for freedom. The story of unity between Africans and indigenous people stretches across the region, adding strength to our shared history. But back to St. Vincent. This meeting of worlds became something deeper, a bond. The Caribs welcomed the Africans, and over time, these two groups became one, blending their cultures, languages, and way of life. They became known as the Garifuna, or Black Caribs. And you know what? This blending of African resilience with Carib heritage created a fierce, proud people. For over a century, they fought side by side against Europeans' attempt to conquer their land. They refused to bow down to British or French rule. In 1796, after decades of resistance, the British finally captured many of the Black Caribs and exiled them to an island of Honduras. And yet, even then, they held on to their heritage. They survived. The Garifuna people today are living proof of this strength, found across Central America and still honouring their roots. So next time you hear about the Garifuna people, even a cultural celebration, remember, it's a legacy of survival, a blend of African and indigenous strengths. The first Black Caribs left behind a story of resistance and unity that still echoes across the Caribbean and beyond. Alrighty, that's all I have for you today, my friends. But you know, I'll be back with more tales that shaped our Caribbean heritage. Be sure to like, share and subscribe, and let's keep the conversation going until next time. I'm Miss T and this was Chat Bout. Well, know what good?